It is hot, hot, hot at the Gateway Center here in Phoenix, Arizona. We welcome you to the fourth stop on the AVP Pro Tour. It's the Miller Lite Phoenix Open. Ready to go from the Gateway Center in the great state of Arizona, the Miller Lite Phoenix Open. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland. Semifinal action, St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos against Tim Hovland and Mike Dodd. Oh, it's a great match, as it has been for the past decade or so. The Phoenix weather, the temperature, hot, 89 degrees. In fact, hotter than a sun devil. But it's very dry heat, whatever that means. The wind, there is none, and the forecast is a lot of sweat. Hard Rock, 1 foot pack, the driest and the dirtiest on tour. Watch for cloud storms, and the players will have to take showers. This is a dusty, dirty type sand. Our first referee is Greg Kraus. And our second official will be Brant Lee.
How much time?
So we are set. Semifinal action, Karch Karai and Kent Steffes have won the winner's bracket. They beat Smith and Stoklos, did it rather convincingly. And the winner of this match in this double elimination tournament will have to conquer Karai and Steffes.
The competition yesterday, as I discussed, very, very intense, very close throughout the bracket, no matter where you look. But the semifinals this morning were indeed a rout. These same two teams, 15-5, not really that competitive. And it was the same with Karai and Steffes in their semifinal as well. Easy going.
Smith on the attack. He's wearing a purple shirt today with the big letters side out. He's got the upturned hat. St. John Smith, 35 years old, a resident of Pacific Palisades. Married last year to beautiful wife Patty. He'll be 36 in May. His first career win back in 1977. So Smith with the serving error, and the ball goes over to his longtime nemesis and adversary, Tim Hovland. Hovland wearing black. The Hov. And Hovland will charge the net and block. 6'4", 233. And Smith showing good pop. All the players getting up very, very well off this sand. It's hard packed, as we mentioned, just about a foot, and they can really jump.
Well, it's very, very coarse, and you just don't sink in. It's really a jumper's beach, and the big players take advantage in terms of blocking, and the smaller players, of which St. John Smith falls into that category now, has a little easier time getting some elevation and up out of the sand.
Either way.
Mike Dodd is 35 years old, born in Los Angeles, California. He's won 58 tournaments. Four of the winningest players in beach volleyball history.
Angle. Come on.
Nice dig by Dodd. Chance to get on the board. Looking for 1-0. Dodd. Not yet. Stoklos can't get there. A pretty good dig, but he just could not get there.
And an excellent set in transition by Tim Hovland. Mike Dodd tapes the shot. Smith was expecting a straight down crank and was thrown off actually by the hitting mistake from Mike Dodd. Dodd right there reading down the line, and Hovland setting the ball perfectly. Ball hits the tape. I'll tell you, Smith was all over the shot if that one doesn't hit the tape.
Dodd with the serve. 1-0 Hovland and Dodd.
Angle.
And the little cut shot inside. Smith and Randy Stoklos 2 weeks ago won a tournament. Their first in nearly a year. In Fort Myers last week rained out.
Hey, see, St. John Smith, excuse me, Chris, backing up onto the grass here, really one of the unique situations. You run downhill when you jump serve, and you saw St. John Smith stepping down there, and it's something the players have to be very careful about.
Dodd hit it out. 1-1. Now, if you're wondering good side, bad side, there's only one good spot in this entire arena. It's where St. John Smith is standing right now. There's one tree out there that provides just a little shade, and if I'm serving here, I back up a couple more steps.
And run a little banana route up under the service line.
Players will gather in that little area, at least the team of Smith and Stoklos will. So I like that side over there right now.
Well, a lot of teams have been known to abandon the player area during timeouts, and if you're on this side, we'll call it the good side because of the shade, go over and plop down under the tree.
1-1 is our score. Smith and Stoklos on the attack. And St. John puts it away. Smith and Stoklos have won this tournament 3 years in a row. 90, 91, 92. And Randy Stoklos will serve. Stoklos now 32 years old. Scores 1-1. Right to Smith. Can he put it away?
Come on.
Not yet. Hovland with a dig right back.
Get no one.
No one indeed except Stoklos, and it goes off him out of bounds. Hovland did not save a point.
Yeah, save indeed. A bad play turned good by just staying with it and having lots of experience. Mike Dodd with a bad set got his partner Tim Hovland in trouble, but Hov with the dig fights through and gets a side out.
Mike Dodd, one of the great all-time players. Stokey, Pokey, got it. Stoklos, who has won more money, over $1 million than any other player in beach volleyball history.
Pokey is good for a side out.
You see the knuckle come out. As a defensive player, you got to know the ball's coming pretty much straight, and Mike Dodd not making the adjustment. Very tough choice to make. Randy Stoklos could have hit the ball with his left hand, but when you see the knuckle come out, you got to expect a straight shot.
Follow St. John Smith. You got to run downhill here off the grass. Makes the jump serve a little less effective. And Dodd is weak. Randy Stoklos, we're talking about his $1 million. People ask, why did he get there quicker than St. John Smith, who's been playing longer? It all goes back to a couple of years ago at the King of the Beach when Randy won all that money and St. John didn't.
St. John Smith was eliminated, did not go into the Final Four, so to speak. Stoklos went on and very controversially lost that first and initial King of the Beach on a missed touch call.
Beautiful set by Tim Hovland, sets up the play of Mike Dodd.
Great bump set by Hovland to Dodd.
And so Tim Hovland will serve. Hovland, if you're wondering, is Norwegian. His family from Oslo, Norway. His dad is first-generation American. Hov's grandmother and grandfather only speak Norwegian. And Hov has a little Norwegian speak in him, doesn't he? He does, just a bit.
He's got his own language. I'm not sure that it's Norwegian. And his grandparents might be pretty lucky not understanding everything he says.
2-1 is our score. Smith and Stoklos. And Smith pounds one right on the line.
By St. John Smith from
You got to find a way to try to get Smith and Stoklos out of their side-out rhythm, and I don't think you do that in the beginning of a match by serving St. John Smith. Just the best passer, I think, in the history of the game, but Tim Hovland has a lot of confidence in his ability to score against St. John Smith.
Hovland over the top.
Angle
saw that Randy Stoklos, a three-time Pro Beach MVP.
For the side out.
That time Hovland able to go over the top, and Mike Dodd will serve. One serving two. Early action here, semifinal, the Miller Lite Phoenix Open. 52 wins with Tim Hovland. He's got a couple with Karch Karai. And of course a huge one with Ricky Ludes. Dodd is there. Can he put it away? Yes!
Diving dig by 2-2. Javi fired up.
Important to get on the board early and do it decisively. You don't want to give Smith and Stoklos a big lead. Great defense still by Mike Dodd after all these years reading in the angle and then able to convert off St. John Smith.
Dodd going to send up the sky ball. Good. Working on Smith. 2-2 is our score. St. John blocked by Hovland.
Cross-court spike by St. John Smith.
So the mighty Tim Hovland stuck St. John Smith.
So 2 quick points.
And it's a 3-2 side change. After the break, we're coming back to Phoenix.
Turning out to be a
Miller Lite Phoenix Open. Hot action. 12-9 is our score. Hovland and Dodd losing that last rally, going off on the first referee, Greg Krause. Hovland and Dodd still are ahead as Dodd puts one through, and Hovland is still chewing on Greg Krause. Still chewing him up.
Well, but Hov is, I think, one of the few players who can continue to chew and chew and spit out and chew again on the referee, and as you just said, still play well.
So Hovland will growl from his net position, and Dodd will serve. Their team ahead by 3, 12-9. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the game. Clock could be a factor. Stokey bounces one hard and high. Smith and Stoklos need Stoklos to score some quick points.
Well, we're still sitting at 12-9. My predictions, I think, still pretty safe. Whoever scores the next point on either side, I think, is going to take it. But Smith and Stoklos have got to get on the board, I think, with pretty quickly because time is starting to wind down.
Come on. Smith and Stoklos not going for that one. That's up and over and out of play. So the Hov will serve. Hov is very animated. He did have a little acting part recently. Last year he did a commercial spot for Volleyball Monthly magazine. Asked him how he did. He said, "I was a natural." It was a good spot.
It was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was well done.
And Smith tapping it over the top. Of course, St. John Smith, he's been in a number of movies and television shows. One of the stars of the movie Side Out, along with his partner, Randy Stoklos.
Was in an episode of Magnum
PI, right?
and was the first star of the Foot Locker ad campaign. The first campaign I think Foot Locker had on national television.
Smith with another fabulous dig. But Smith and Stoklos need points. They trail by 3. Smith with a dig. Can he put it away? Stokey had to follow it over. Tight. Stokey. And trying to shovel it over. 1:39 to go. Hovland got it. Dodd. And Smith and Stoklos gassed.
Everybody is out of gas right here and taking a rest with good reason. Very surprised that Smith tries to shoot Hovland and Dodd in that particular situation. Other players try to get away with that. Again, St. John Smith playing superb defense. Now, Stoklos shot that ball, must have touched it on the block. As play continues, we had a very, very tight set in the very end where Hovland coming through with a cuff down the line.
Deep serve, 1:33 to go, 12-9, Hovland and Dodd. Smith Stoklos need to terminate quickly, and they do. Stoklos getting very, very high right now. Let's check the blocking of Randy for you.
Stokey banging away, drawing the block of
Stoklos with 2 stuffs, but both of those were early. Hovland has 3, St. John Smith with 9 digs, Hovland with 4 digs, Mike Dodd with 8 of his own.
St. John Smith, the server. 1:29 remaining in the match.
Both teams a little winded after that long rally. Hovland taking in as much air as he can via the mouth. Here comes Hobby. And there it goes. So Hovland and Dodd siding out very well. Smith and Stoklos not able to get them in trouble, at least in this half of the match, with the jump
Side out
serve.
to Hobby Dodd. Fox Sports Tim Hovland with the serve.
Talked a little about Hov's acting career.
And the lead.
What kind of an actor would Hovland like to be? He'd like to be a cross between John Wayne and Clint Eastwood with a little bit of Charlie Sheen. I wonder which bit of Charlie Sheen he wants.
Where's Mickey Rourke in the mix? Come on.
Good.
1:20 to go. Oh, and Smith missed it. Ball flew just a bit. He was trying to crank it straight down. A big point there. Let's see if Paul Sunderland holds up here. 13-9. Hovland and Dodd now in command.
2 huge unforced errors by one of the most consistent players ever, St. John Smith, bumping over on one, trying to chicken it over, as we say, and Hovland making him pay, and then hitting the ball uncontested into the net.
That time, Stokey snipping it through. But there's not much time to go. 1:08, 5/10.
That's a lot of time. The clock only runs when the ball is in play. But Smith Stoklos have got to score right now. Stoklos needs an ace, needs a stuff block right now.
They try to serve Hovland over to his left hand.
Good.
Javi has it.
Tight set.
Keep it in play if you're Hovland and Dodd. And Dodd hitting deep and hitting magnificently. He was stuffed once earlier, but since then has been golden. Once again, Paul, just to reiterate, Hovland and Dodd have not been in a final since Michigan, Grand Haven, Michigan of 1990.
I'll tell you, if they go on to win this game and advance into the finals, I'm going to ask them that as a trivia question in the interview. When was the last? Do you know?
That's
do you
a good
remember?
One. That's a good one. Ask
when
them
was the last time you guys played together in a final?
Angle.
And Smith hammers it hard.
Angle spike to the right side.
Of course, the last time they won a tournament, do you have that on the top of your head? We'll have to look that up too. Long time ago. I believe it was a little earlier in that year of 1990.
St. John Smith.
Yeah, Smith will serve. 54 seconds to go in this one. Smith and Stoklos trailing by 4. Funny things have happened, however. Smith and Stoklos need a block, a Stokey block.
Line. Come on.
And right on the line, Dodd again.
I mentioned earlier in this match that there are only a few teams that are really capable of winning, and this has been a perfect example of why. The ability to dig in at 12-9 and continue to side out, pass the ball well, and in spite of everything that Smith and Stoklos have thrown at Tim Hovland and Mike Dodd, they've passed well and hung in.
Smith cut score. Very, very nice.
Speed cut shot by St. John Smith.
Long period of tough siding out has been the key for Hovland.
Okay, we have the answer to the trivia question. Hovland and Dodd last won at Fresno Beach in 1990. They beat Smith and Stoklos. 41 seconds to go. Dodd blocked. Stoklos, yes! Just what the doctor ordered. for Smith and Stoklos, 13-10 with 37 seconds to go.
Still need another one right here. Mike Dodd trying to go high line, and Stoklos off the end of his arm, but still just catching the rope on the way out of bounds.
Just has to get a little bit of Stokey's arm because it's a big one.
Come on.
Smith can't get there. Nice shot by Dodd again. 32 seconds to play, 13-10, Javi Dodd.
Yeah, Randy Stoklos bringing out all the tricks against Mike Dodd right here. Very, very good short serve, and Hovland had to yell at Mike Dodd 3 times to move his feet to get up to the short ball.
All right, Mike Dodd going to send it up. He's a KG veteran. It's high, it's knuckling. Looking for a quick put away.
Come on over here. Come on, angle.
And Dodd, this game's in the hatch. 24 seconds to go, and Dodd pounds it through Smith. Now, Hovland and Dodd have just been a little steadier than Smith and Stoklos.
And you know what they've done well, particularly well? They've played good defense, which is what you expect and have gotten indeed from St. John Smith, but they've set the ball better in transition.
Now, game point for Javi Dodd to advance into the final.
And boy.
Dodd with a dig. Javi'd love to stuff this one, give him a little momentum against Karchin. Can't, no, he can't. Great shot by Stoklos. Might have to put tape on his right hand after that last one.
You might want to just go ahead and let that one fly by. Randy Stoklos with not too much choice as the ball blew across his body. Had to pull it line.
There's the left paw of Javi, completely encased in tape. And with just 10 seconds to go, Smith needs 4 aces in a row. It can be done. An ace takes 1 second. We timed it. Nope, that's going to be it. Just keep it in play. And that should run out the clock. Hovland and Smith with a kill. 2 seconds to go. Smith and Stoklos get a point, so another side change. We'll come back for the conclusion of this one in Phoenix after this. Phoenix Open, 2 seconds remain for Hovland and Dodd. They are 1 point away from wrapping it up, or 2 seconds. They will move into the final to play against Karch Kara and Kent Steffes. Stoklos and Smith started out playing pretty well, but they hit a dry spell, and the midway point through the game made some errors, and that bode well for Javi Dodd.
Well, and give some credit, really, to Tim Hovland and Mike Dodd. They knew tough jump serves were coming, and indeed they flew at them, but they passed the ball extremely well, and they really made a consistent side-out stand at 12-9. And I know Smith and Stoklos came to Phoenix with high hopes. You win in Fort Myers, you go down and you get rained out, but they made it to the semifinals.
And they were playing well.
And they were playing extremely well. You have a week off to train and to regroup and really focus on this event. It's close to home. Your family, your friends come, and really a tournament that they would have liked to have won, but looks like they're going down here 14-11.
We're going to go right now.
Mike Dodd and Tim Hovland about to advance. As soon as Smith puts his ball in play, this match will be over, and we will have Paul Sunderland get down there and try to scamper up Hovland and Dodd before they go to the shady tree and beyond. You better get going, pal, because they're going to be a running. Smith will serve, and this one will be over.
I'll promise them we'll do the interview under the tree, then they'll stay.
Smith, serve out of bounds, and 6/10 remain. Once the ball hits the player, once it's contacted, the clock starts. Good timing there, and now Hovland will score a win with the finest lollipop in Manhattan Beach. Javi going to send it up, crowd goes crazy, and the match is over. As Hov socks it big, high, long, deep. All right, that does it. Hovland and Dodd play a very, very good match to defeat St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos. Javi Dodd are back in the finals once again for the first time since Grand Haven, Michigan, back in 1990.